Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Jackie. I thought it would be a good idea to create a video about where to find old books about Black Jews. I'm not sure whether you watched the Hebrew Colored Countdown video series by Benayah Israel. The brother did 3 videos that included over 50 references about Black Jews. When I saw his video, I was like, wow. There are other books that describe our ancestors, and I wanted to buy those books, but unfortunately it wasn't realistic. So I decided to search for physical copies, and I was amazed at who had copies of some of these books. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I found using 3 references from Benayah's Hebrew Colored Countdown series. If you haven't watched his video series, you can do a search on the name or go to my playlist called Black Jews References. I have all 3 of the videos listed. And I will also include a link to that playlist in my video description. So I'm going to start with the scripture, Psalms 83:4. Chapter 83, verse 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." This is a prophecy that there would be a conspiracy against us. And honestly, after seeing that some of these books are openly available, it it left me to wonder, why in the world would they leave evidence? But the good news for us is that the Most High rules over all, and He wouldn't allow them to wipe everything out. So that's good for us. Well, anyway, before I go into the references, I just wanted to show you guys, in case you wanted digital copies, you can download them from, some of the books are available at archive.org, and you can get it in the iBook, Kindle, text, or PDF formats. I believe there's more formats out there too. You just have to take a look and see what you need. If you would like to read some of the books online, of course, go to books.google.com. Google also have an option that allows you to download the books to read offline. So with that, let's start with our first reference. This reference is Travels in Holland, the United Provinces, England, Scotland, and Ireland. All right, so let's look at the quote here. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to read all the entire paragraph, all of the quote. I'm just going to pull out what we need and keep it moving. Most of this is covered in Benayah's video series. So the particular quote that I'm looking for is, "Their men most black." So now this is the description of the Israelites in Amsterdam, and their men are described as black. So let's see where we can find this particular book. Where can we find this? So I'm going to bring up this website called worldcat.org. Now, this is a catalog of books from libraries around the world. So when we say libraries around the world, I've seen stuff from London, the UK, in here. So now I'm going to paste in the first reference. Okay, here we go. So here's the book. So this publishing year is pretty close to what we had on the reference. So we're going to use that and take a look here. So if you say enter your location, you put your zip code there and then click on the Find Libraries button. I live in Delaware, so my zip code is already populated within the area. So let's scroll down here. Look, this book is, look where this book resides. Princeton University. Wow. Look at this. New York Public Library. Yale University. Of course, the elite would have this book. Click next. Look at that. Trinity College. And this goes on and on. I'm not going to go through all of this, but it's clear that this book is available to different people who would like to do research. All right, so let's let me just check something for a minute here. Okay, and let's go to the second reference. Okay, so the second reference is sources of history in the Pentateuch. 6 lectures delivered in Princeton. So let's see this particular quote. All right. All right, so here we go on page 118. It says, thus, the black color is found not only in individuals as the black Jews of Portugal. Did you hear that? Black Jews of Portugal. So, all right, let's see where this book is located. Okay, let's paste that in there. Okay, so it looks like I have to scroll down for this one. Keep going. There we go. Look like it's available at 8 books. But look, same things. It's available at universities. And this goes pages and pages. Libraries. This is just amazing. It's available at seminaries. So churches should know about these books. At least this one. Not to say, and that's not to say that, people have read all the books in the library, but these books are available. So instead of saying like, they're crazy for thinking that they're Jews, or the black people are crazy for think they're Jews, they're in the books. They're in the books that's in the libraries and in seminaries, university libraries. So really, I don't understand, but let's move on to the next reference. reference. All right, so here's reference number 3. This one is a tribute for the Negro, being a vindication of the moral, intellectual, and religious capabilities of the colored portion of mankind, with particular reference to the African race. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, here we go. Where's my quote? Here we go. All right, it says, the descendants of a colony of Jews originally from Judea settled on the coast of Africa are black. Black. So that's what the quote says from the book. So, like on this one, before I go show you what colleges and universities and who has this particular reference, there's a picture in this book. But unfortunately, I didn't write the page down. But here's a sketch that's within the book of a Negro or Spanish Jew. So honestly, he looks like he can be a relative, someone in my family. But anyway, let me move on to show you which libraries have this particular book. So here we go. Let's pull this up and paste that in there. Looks like I have a oops at the end. Let's wipe that out. Alright, so let's see here. Looks like you can get copies online from these college locations, but look, same story. So obviously, I mean, just looking at all of this, people knew about this. And what I think I'm struggling to understand is why would this not have been taught within schools, universities, and even churches? No one teach this, no one. And then when we start teaching ourselves, then you have the people saying that, we're crazy, we're making stuff up, we're stupid. But it's in the books, and in the books that's in your libraries and all of the libraries. So I don't understand. Look at this. So I highly encourage anyone who want to continue research on this issue, and even like if you want to look up other books, to go to that website, go pull out those books. And it's not only for African Americans, any other people who want to research and find the truth, and not just what their pastors and teachers are telling them. The books are out there. And when you find and you start looking into it, you'll realize that the books were not written by our people. You're going to find a lot of them were written by Christians. So I would highly encourage people to investigate. And here's, just before I sign off, one more thing. I personally wouldn't want to be on the side of, I wouldn't want to be the person who deliberately or who conspired to hold this information from us. And when I say us, I mean the so-called African American people, or even the Negroes that were scattered to the four corners of the earth. I wouldn't want to be the person who deliberately held that information in, because you're going to have to answer to the Most High. Because you stripped people of their heritage, and that's not right. It's not right. And then when we try to learn, you have the trolls on the message boards that's still trying to continue to lie. But meanwhile, it's in the books that they wrote. Probably not the actual troll, but the most of the books were not written by us. So with that being said, I'm going to say shalom. I hope this helps. Have a nice morning now because it's after midnight. Take care.